Hello friends, I hope that all of you are safe at home. Today in mathematics we are going to start a new chapter for 12th science especially. So our chapter is probability. We are going to start this chapter. This chapter already you learned in the standard 11th also. So first of all we will discuss about basic things about probability. We know several things about probability, or to know about important results relative to probability. We understand the important basic things about probability. This chapter is directly connected with set theory. So let us start now. First topic of this chapter is random experiment. Because without random experiment, we can't say about probability, or we may not define easily probability. So what is random experiment? Actually the definition is very simple. An experiment whose outcomes are well known before experiment but cannot be predicted with certainty is called a random experiment. It means that any experiment we decide, and before the experiment if we know the results. For example, here I give an example that throwing of an unbiased die. We know that when we throw a dice, before throwing the dice, we know that there are 6 outcomes on the dice: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It represents a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, one more example. Let us take one cube and we throw that cube. We know that a cube has 6 sides. So any side will occur as outcome. So this experiment is also known as a random experiment. Okay. Second thing is sample space. Sample space is what? The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called the sample space. It means that when we throw a dice, then we know that there are 6 possible outcomes, namely as a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then this set we may say it as a sample space. Here I give one example that suppose 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. If we take 2 coins and we toss it simultaneously, then we know that in each coin there are 2 sides, head and tail. So we say that head has H and tail has T. So when we throw 2 coins, so in the first coin the outcomes are HT. Second coin again the outcomes are HT. So the sample space U is what? HT cross HT, that is Cartesian product of 2 sets. Remember that. So we know that if we take Cartesian product of 2 sets, the number of elements are 2 into 2, 4. You already know the outcomes are HH, it means head, HT, head, tail, TH and TT. These are possible outcomes. Now each element of the sample space is called a sample point also. It means these 4 elements are known as sample point. This is the first sample point HH relative to this random experiment. This is the second sample point HT, similarly TH and TT. So sample space is what? Sample space is the set of all possible outcomes relative to any random experiment. Now suppose we decide any another kind of example. For example, let us take a deck of 52 cards, playing cards, and we select any 4 cards out of them. Then we say that 52 and selection of 4 cards, that means 52C4. These are the number of elements we get, or number of ways to get by using permutation and combination. So each and every selection is here sample point. Okay, so let us see one more thing. Now this is very important definition. Because of that, when we discuss probability, actually we have to discuss that probability of any event. What is event? Let us see. Any subset of sample space, is known as event. Any subset of sample space we may say. Okay, in set theory we know that if any set has n elements, the number of subsets are 2 raised to n. So when we throw a coin, a simple coin, we know that there are only 2 outcomes, head and tail. But if we derive the number of events, then that is 2 square. It means there are 4 possible events are there. Okay, so this is known as event. I give one example that at least two head appears in tossing a coin thrice. It means when a coin we tossed three times, thrice. So 2 cross 2 cross 2. It means mathematically we may say that there is a Cartesian product of three set HT cross again HT cross again HT. So this is called here sample space. But in this event, our event is what? At least two head appears. At least two head means either two head appears or more than two head appears. Now more than two head means in all three cases we get H, H and H. So finally the event is this. Mathematically we may write it as a set E is equals to H, H, T. It means in first and second toss we get head. First and third toss we get head. Or second and third toss we get head. In another case we get tail here. So this three outcome is there and one is this, and all three times we get head. So these four possible outcomes we may write for this event. Now see that this event is obviously subset of sample space. That's why in definition we say that any subset of sample space is called an event. Okay, now there are two kind of events we may say that. One is simple event and one is compound event. Simple event is the event, or an event has only one sample point. An event has only one sample point is known as a simple event. For example, I just write that HHT, HTH. See here this example one, HHT, HTH, THH and HHH. These all four are known as simple event individually. It means what we say is for this event, this is the event. We say that this event has in first and second toss we get head and in third toss we get tail. This is simple event. This is another simple event. In first and third toss we get head and in second toss we get tail. So this is known as simple event. It means in short we may say that a simple event means event which has only one element or one sample point. Okay, second definition is compound event. Compound event means it is very obvious that it has more than one sample point. It means an event has more than one sample point known as compound event. For example, I just write directly the set form of the event. This event is the event you can easily select. See, this event has elements HHT, THH and HTH. This event is also subset of this sample space where number of u is 8. It means sample space is what? A coin is tossed thrice and the event is this. There are exactly two head appears on tossed coin. So exactly two head appears on tossed coin. It means first and second toss we get H, second and third toss we get H, and in first and third toss we get H. So HHT, THH and HTH, these are possible elements of this event. So this is called as a compound event. So this is two different kind of event. Now we have to learn the types of event. So that we will be learning in the next lecture. Okay, so you stop.